welcome to the second season, 30th episode of Renaissance Weekly. So glad you could join us. Radio Co-Anchors, I'm Michael Closey. That's Michael D'Annunzio.
Hello, Mike. What do we have on the show today?
I'm glad you asked. Today on the show we have a recipe corner, and an animal segment about bees, but first we got the weather report from our very own weatherman, Walter Villigor. Walter, let's go with the weather.
Thanks, Mike. This week's forecast is Monday, partly cloudy, high of 86, low of 64. Tuesday, PM showers, high of 87, low of 63. Wednesday, showers, high of 82, low of 64. Thursday, showers, high of 78, low of 63. Friday, AM showers, high of 83, low of 65. Now back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Walter. You know, today is Don't Step on a Bee Day, Mike. And here's our field reporter with some information on that.
Thanks, Mike. This is Don't Step on a Bee Day. Is an important reminder that the fate of the common bee lies in the balance, with bee numbers in some countries having halved in the last decade with no apparent cause. It's vital that we take care to maintain bee populations, pollination, and honey production. Bees are flying insects closely related to wasps and ants, known for their role in pollination and, in the case of the best-known bee species, the European honeybee, for producing honey and beeswax. There are nearly 20,000 known species of bees in 7 recognized biological families. They are found on every continent except Antarctica, in every habitat on the planet that contains insect-pollinated flowering plants. Some species, including honeybees, bumblebees, and stringless bees, live so socially in colonies. Bees are adapted for feeding on nectar and pollen, the former primarily as an energy source, and the latter primarily for protein and other nutrients. Most pollen is used as food for larvae. Bee pollination is important both ecologically and commercially. The decline in wild bees has increased the value of pollination by commercially managed hives of honeybees. Bees range in size from tiny stringless bee species whose workers are bees less than 0.08 inches long to 1 and 1.5 inches. The most common bees in the northern hemisphere are the sweet bees, but they are small and often mistaken for wasps or flies. Vertebrate predators of bees include birds, such as bee eaters. Insect predators include bee wolves and dragonflies. Behaviorally, one of the most obvious characteristics of bees is that they collect pollen to provide provisions for their young and have the necessary adaptation to do this. However, certain wasp species, such as pollen wasps, have similar behaviors, and a few species of bees scavenge from carcasses to feed their offspring. The world's largest species of bee is thought to be an Indonesian resin bee, Megachile pluto, the largest species of the leafcutter bee, whose females can attain a length of 1.54 inches. The smallest species may be dwarf stingless bees in the tribe Melipornini, whose workers are less than 0.08 inches in length. A bee has a pair of large compound eyes which cover much of the surface of the head. Between and above these are three small simple eyes which provide information for the bee on light intensity. Their antennae house large numbers of senses organs that can detect touch, smell, and taste, and small hair-like receptors that can detect air movements so as to, quote, hear, end of quote, sounds. The mouth parts are adapted for both chewing and sucking by having both a pair of mandibles and a long proboscis for sucking up nectar. The thorax has 3 segments, each with a pair of robust legs and a pair of membranous wings on the hind 2 segments. In many species, the hind legs bear pollen baskets, flattened sections with incurving hairs to secure the collected pollen. The wings are synchronized in flight, and somewhat smaller hind wings connect to the forewings by a row of hooks along their margin, which connect to a groove in the forewing. The abdomen has 9 segments, the hindermost 3 being modified into the sting. That's all I have about the bee today, so don't step on a bee, and back to you.
Thanks, Suzanne. Those are some interesting facts.
Today is July 10th, and if you have a birthday today, you celebrate with the likes of Jake LaMotta, the Raging Bull, turns 96. Phyllis Smith, best known as the Phyllis on The Office and the voice of Sadness on The Inside Out, turns 66. Peter Chavaskis, British comedy actor and host of the Peter Chavaskis Show. I can never pronounce that, folks. I'm sorry. Mike likes to do that to me. He turns 45. Sofia Vergara, best known as Gloria on Modern Family, turns 45. Adrian Grenier, best known as Vincent on Entourage, turns 41. James Waffle, the angry video game nerd who has 2.3 million subscribers on YouTube, he turns 37. Yo, dude, give us some subscribers. We need them. Jessica Simpson, American songwriter and actress, who mistakenly thought that chicken of the sea meant that it was actual chicken, turns 37. You dumbass. Hector David Jr., best known as the Great Green Samurai Ranger on the TV series Power Rangers Samurai, turns 28. Hanako Ikizawa from the visual novel Kakawaka Shoujojo. She turns 18. Mike likes to screw with me with some Japanese name. I don't know. Yeah, whatever he says is the right answer for that one, folks. Rodney James Dio, singer-songwriter for Black Sabbath and Rainbow, who died in 2010, would have been 75 today. Harvey Ball, American illustrator, creator of The Smiley, who died in 2001, would have been 96 today, folks. Sorry, excuse me. Joe Shuster, co-creator of Superman, who died in 1992, would have been 103 today. Nikolai Tesla, inventor, engineer, mechanic. Obviously, Tesla, you should know. He died in 1943. He would have been 161. And finally, James Albert McNeill Whistler, who was born right here in Lowell, Massachusetts, best remembered for his painting Arrangement in the Gray and Black #1, better known as Whistler's Mother, who died in 1903, would have been 183 today. That's right, folks. We have famous people in Lowell. Believe it or not. Mike?
Wow, I didn't know some of those people had birthdays today. Moving on, today is July 10th, and on this day in history, in 1821, the United States takes possession of its newly bought territory of Florida from Spain. In 1832, U.S. President Andrew Jackson vetoes a bill that would recharter the second bank in the United States. In 1850, U.S. President Millard Fillmore is sworn in, a day after becoming president upon Zachary Taylor's death. In 1890, Wyoming is admitted as the 44th U.S. state. In 1913, the temperature in Death Valley, California, hits 134 degrees Fahrenheit, the highest temperature ever to be recorded on Earth. Wow, that's hot. I wonder if you could die in that kind of heat. Alright, in 1929, U.S. issues newer, smaller-sized paper currency. In 1934, the first sitting U.S. president to visit South America, FDR, is in Colombia. In 1938, Howard Hughes sets a new record by completing a 91-hour airplane flight around the world. In 1962, Telstar, the world's first communication satellite, is launched into orbit. In 1962, Martin Luther King Jr. is arrested during a demonstration in Georgia. 1964, the Beatles release A Hard Day's Night, their third studio album. 1966, the U.S. launches Orbiter 1 to the moon. 1979, Chuck Berry is sentenced to 4 months for $200,000 in tax evasion. In 1981, Escape from New York, directed by John Carpenter and starring Kurt Russell and Donald Pleasance, premieres in the U.S. In 1985, Coca-Cola Company announces it will resume selling the old formula of Coke. Also in 1985, Playboy and also Penthouse published nude pictures of Madonna. In 1991, Boris Yeltsin takes office as the first elected president of Russia. And finally, in 2015, the Confederate flag is taken down for the last time from South Carolina Capitol grounds 1 day after the state legislature ordered it removed.
I was not aware of those dates in history. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. You know, Mike, here at Renaissance Club we do a lot of work. We also combine work with pleasure, which is where our social events come into play. Last week we played Uno and played ping pong and darts. Now, here's one of our field reporters with Pina Colada Day.
Thanks, Mike. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not into yoga, if you don't have half a brain, escape the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. The Pina Colada has a long and noble history, both as a mixology standard and at the heart of a song about not giving up on love. Just because you think it's gotten stale, the name of the drink comes from the basis of its creation, pina meaning pineapple, and colada meaning strain. This drink is a delicious mix of all things that speak to the Caribbean and tropical locales. With this pineapple juice mixed together with a rich coconut cream, spiked up with just a bit of white rum into the mix. If there is anything that speaks more of warm white sand beaches and a beautiful azure skies than a drink that was born on those same shores. History of the Pina Colada. Yes, I like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain. I'm not much into health food, I'm not into champagne. Escape the Pina Colada song by Rupert Holmes. As befits as drink born of tropic fruits from tropical shores, stirred with a drink distilled from the rich sugar-born drink favored by merchants and pirates alike. The history of pina colada is steeped in mystery, folklore, and conflict. The first and oldest story of the drink is born in the Caribbean waters around Puerto Rico, upon the ship of one of its Roberto Cofresi, captain of a crew of the foulest batch of pirates to sail the seas in the early 19th century. While this is the earliest known origin of the drink, used to boost the morale of the crew, the recipe was lost for a time after his death in 1825. It wasn't until 1954 that the drink was to find itself rediscovered by one Ricardo Garcia, a mixologist born in Barcelona and working as a Hilton. The story tells that it was discovered as a series of fortunately unfortunate events, starting with the strike of the coconut cutters union that led to a shortage of the favorite cup of the resort's favorite drink. The Coco Loco, without a freshly machated coconut shell to serve it in, Ricardo adapted to the circumstances in front of him by presenting the drink in a hollowed-out pineapple instead. Thus, according to this bit of lore, the Pina Colada was reborn. How to celebrate Pina Colada Day. If you seriously need someone to tell you the best way to celebrate Pina Colada Day, you may have well gotten started without us. For all of its incredibly simple drink, there are variations of this old classic that can have you enjoying a different variety, responsibly, of course, all day long. To help you along, we'll give you a few different recipes and varieties to get you started. And now back to you, Mike.
Thanks, Frank. Now it's time for Recipe Corner with Kathy Closey, who has a couple of pina colada recipes. Kathy?
Hello everyone from Recipe Corner. Today we have a recipe for the basic pina colada and another adventurous, the Tropics by Storm. Basic pina coladas, 1 part white rum, optional, 1 part coconut cream, 3 parts pineapple juice. Take this mixture and stir in crushed ice until it's good and smooth. Pour into a glass that's been chilled. Garnish it with a slice of pineapple and serve. And the next one is the Tropics by Storm. 1 part white rum, 1 part Malibu coconut rum, 1 part pineapple rum, frozen pineapple chunks, 1/2 to 1 inch size chunks. Pour this into a cocktail mixer, fill it with ice and shake it until thoroughly combined. Fill the half coconut full of chunks of frozen pineapple of various sizes and pour the mixture over it. Serve with a festive straw and be ready to drown in a tropic storm of flavor. Back to you.
Thanks, Kathy. What a great recipe.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Michael Closey.
And I'm Michael D'Annunzio.
Thanks for joining us once again here at Renaissance Weekly.
Remember, life always offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow.
Remember, folks, life always offers you a second chance. It's called tomorrow.
Hi, and welcome. I'm doing this because I'm going on vacation.
This is going to be quite the experiment to put together, but here we go.
We're on, right? Great, thanks.
Thanks to that person who gave us that information. Now here's our animal segment.
Fine.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. We can begin.
Why is the rum gone? Why is the rum gone?
No?
Why is the rum gone?
Ah,
Why is the rum gone?
And hopefully that works out. Putting it together with Mike.
Now here's one of our field reporters with our next topic. Here's one of our field reporters with our next topic. Wow, that's some interesting information. Now it's time for Recipe Corner with Kathy Closey. Kathy? Mike, I didn't do the joke because we don't have a joke listed here, so I don't know how we would do it. So anyways, here's July 10th, birthday readings. Alright, Mike, that's the July stuff. We just need a joke and then we're done, and then, I got 2 words for you. Whisper challenge.